Welcome to a brand new section where we're going to talk about tracking your traffic, or to give it a slightly fancier term, analytics. So first of all, why do we even want to track our traffic? Well, over time, as we get more and more data, by tracking your traffic, you're not only going to be able to see the sources that bring you the most traffic, but also, and this is the crucial part, the sources that result in sales. And I'm sure you can see straight away why that would be important. Because clearly, once we've identified a lucrative traffic source, we'll definitely want to focus our efforts on that source to try to drive as much traffic as possible. Now, if you've just watched the section on paid ads, then you'll have seen how we can track our traffic with paid advertising using marketing sales channels and campaigns. But of course, and especially in the beginning, it is highly likely that 100% of your traffic is going to be coming from free sources, which is obviously the result of your blog, your off-page SEO, your email marketing, and maybe even a YouTube channel. And so how can we not only track all of that traffic, but also understand which ones are creating the most sales? Well, for that, it's great news because, once again, Shopify has an incredible tool built right into the admin system, a tool that is appropriately called Analytics. Now, the Analytics section presents itself in two ways. The first of which, as you can see here, is by a series of graphs. And then the second way, if I go over to the menu, uses reports. And the first thing that you're probably going to notice is that there are a lot of analytics. I mean, there are actually 50 reports in total. And so to understand this and avoid getting overwhelmed, what we need to do is to understand the key analytics, the key reports. And so for that, I'm going to make use of this search facility and type in referrer. We can now see we've reduced that down to 5 reports. And for the first two, sessions by referrer and sessions by social referrer, you will note that they are in the category of acquisition. In other words, they're going to show us where our traffic was acquired from. And to clarify that, if I come down to the first report here, sessions by referrer, and put my mouse over this little I, you can see that it says sessions in your online store broken down by the name of the site that led to the session. So in other words, wherever our traffic came from, it's all going to be recorded here. And so this report is going to be particularly helpful when understanding where our blog traffic is coming from and perhaps our email campaigns. And then for the report below, which is called sessions by social referrer, this time when I hover over the little I, it says sessions in your online store from social sources, broken down by name. So this one would be particularly helpful for our off-page SEO, because that would show where traffic is coming from in relation to Facebook, Reddit, and Quora. And so with that knowledge in mind, the last two reports, total sales by referrer and total sales by social referrer, should be pretty self-explanatory. And then just to try to bring this to life a bit, I mean, I have very little data to play with, but nevertheless, if I click into one of these reports, at the top, you can see that there's a graphical representation of the data, but if I scroll down towards the bottom, it's also presented in a table, which I find to be an awful lot more useful. And that's because not only can I see the referrer source that's bringing in the most visitors, because that's listed at the top, but also I can include a lot more very valuable information in this table. And to do that, I need to come over here where it says dimensions and then click on this little cross, where if I start scrolling down, you're going to see there is a massive list of data, columns in fact, that I could include also within the table. And if I just go back up towards the top again, you can see that session cities checked, because that's showing in the table, as is referrer source and referrer name. But I could also include, and these are probably the two most useful, the referrer URL. So in other words, the actual URL rather than simply the referrer source or the referrer name. And then in conjunction with that, the landing page URL. In other words, the first page that they visited on my store when they came from that referrer. And so if you think about that in the context of your blog, and imagine that you've got, say, 50 blog posts. With these metrics, with these dimensions, I can immediately see my most popular blog posts, and crucially, where that traffic is actually coming from. And that, as I'm sure you can immediately appreciate, is incredibly valuable. And of course, we can do exactly the same thing for the other reports. So for example, with total sales by referrer, I'll be able to see my most popular blog post that ended up generating the most sales, while at the same time understanding exactly where that traffic came from, which I hope clearly demonstrates the incredible power of analytics. So in this lecture, I just wanted to take the opportunity to introduce you to an app that complements quite well the whole analytics section. And that's because whereas analytics clearly shows you exactly where all of your visitors are coming from, this app will actually show you what they're doing once they're on the site itself. And it does that using two functions. The first one is called heat maps, and the second one is called replay. And so starting with heat maps, if I just come over here and open up this screenshot, at first glance, this homepage might look like it's had a whole load of paint thrown at it. But in fact, what you're looking at here is a heat map, a map of visitor behavior, with the red parts, the hottest parts, indicating the parts of this page that were the most visited. And so, for example, in this case, you can see that that's primarily the menu and also the Shop Now button. And so basically, heat maps show you where users click, move their mouse, and scroll on your web pages. And that, in turn, helps you identify which parts of the site draw the most attention and which are ignored. And so you might be thinking, well, that's great, but how does that really help me? Well, in fact, by understanding how your visitors interact with your site, you can optimize your page layout, your call to actions, or perhaps your navigation. And so, for example, if a call to action is rarely clicked, it might be placed poorly, or maybe it's not compelling enough. So in a sense, heat maps reveal confusion or frustration points, and as a result, they can highlight where you might need to adjust your design, or maybe even your content. And that in turn could result in a better user experience, and therefore potentially more sales. And then for the second part of their functionality, which is called replay, these are actually recordings which you can play back in order to see exactly what the visitor did when they went to your site. And that could help you answer the question, why aren't they converting? Because you'll be able to see things like where they hesitate, parts of the site they might abandon, or maybe problems with navigation. You'll also be able to see where they leave the site, or perhaps struggle with anything on the checkout. Now, of course, an isolated instant probably isn't going to help you that much. But if after tens, perhaps hundreds of replays, you're seeing very similar behavior each time, you may well want to alter the design, which once again could improve visitor engagement and therefore potentially your sales. And so just to finish off, if I scroll down to the pricing, there is a free plan, but quite frankly, 100 sessions per month isn't going to get you very far. So you're probably looking at the launch plan or perhaps even the build. And if you do end up taking this, then you'll want to use it strategically. And what I mean by that is, generally speaking, you don't want to have it running all of the time. Rather, you'll want to switch it on at key moments that might combine with something like one of your campaigns, or maybe the creation and announcement of a new blog post. Because by doing that, not only are you going to be able to see, thanks to the heat maps and replays, exactly what your visitor is doing, but you'll also be able to see that as a result of a certain action. And that, in my opinion, only helps to reveal any kind of problems that could trigger you to make some very informed design changes, which over time is only going to help improve the visitor experience and those all-important sales.